What up, fam? It's your boy DTLF back with another Around the League episode. And of course, this will be the last one of this year, should I say this summer? And then we'll start it up again next season when the season starts. But we got to go out with a bang. And of course, man, I got some of the best to come through. Let's start with the OG me's, man. Day
Yes,
one, day
yes,
one
sir.
on Around the League. How you doing, brother?
Good, bro. Back like I never left, man. What's going on with you, man?
Man, excited to have you here for the last episode of this season.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
and we gotta do it with a banger, man. And of course, Empire, man. You know the line. What's the line? What's the line,
It's
man?
the nah. I said it's
It's
day
your
one
world,
me.
man. It's this empire, man.
Nah,
It's his Empire. We
not.
just
It's
living
not.
in it. How you
It's
doing,
not.
bro?
I'm good, man. Day one me's. I'm day two, Jeff. You know what it is.
Oh,
So
man.
like,
You're
I'm
a
just
day
trying-
one in my book as
I'm
well.
just, nah.
man.
I'm
Like I
just
said,
saying.
your Empire. We just living in it, man. So,
Right, man.
thank you for coming on. And of course, man, one of the most humblest, kindest, and smartest fellas in the building, man. Christian, how you doing, brother?
Yo, hey, I'm just glad
Hello,
to be
Chris.
here, man. It's a
What's
fantastic
going
day.
on?
It's a fantastic day, and this is a great way to wrap it up.
Yeah, we
Yes,
got to
sir.
wrap it up, man. This summer nicely.
Blazing out there, man.
It is hot. It is hot. Hopefully, everybody in the chat, how y'all doing, man? Hopefully, everybody's staying cool. Make sure you guys get a lot of water in you. I know I sound like your mom probably, but hey, somebody got to say it, But yeah, hey, let's kick it off, guys, because the NBA recently sent out a memo to Damian Lillard and his agent, and apparently the rest of the NBA. All right. Basically, it says that any player that refuses to play for a team must fulfill their contract obligations and stop bitching. All right. So yeah, man, listen, you get paid millions of dollars to play the game that everybody loves. So go ahead and do that. That's what the NBA said. If not, they're going to have to come down with the hammer of Thor, apparently. I don't know what that means. But if you were an NBA team, guys, would you consider trading for the disgruntled Harden or Damian Lillard? And I'm sorry, I forgot. I have to pick who to go first. This heat is cooking me too, man. Let's start off with Christian, man. Let's start with Christian.
Yeah, I always pick, high quality talent like that over regular players. So yes, I would want them on my team, even if they were a rental. That might not be the popular, thing to do, but let's just say I'm running. I was gonna say the Kings, but they're moving up there from what we saw last year. But let's say I'm the Kings from the 90s where they got nothing going on. Yeah. I'll just, do you guys remember when they got Artest for a little while? That seemed to help boost them up a tiny bit until whatever happened over there happened. But I would always accept the talent on my team. Just like you could bring up Christian Wood and whatever's happening on that side.
Yes. Okay. So, knowing there's a risk that a disgruntled star might potentially want to sit out, they can't do that according to the CBA. So, I think this might actually maybe encourage some more teams to put up some offers. Jeff, what are your thoughts? And really quick, what's up, Angie? Thank you so much, Jerica. Appreciate y'all.
Angie.
As far as Don, he's on vacation. He will be back next season for sure. So shout out to Don. I actually invited him on here, and he couldn't make it today. He's on a date today, so shout out to Don.
Shout out.
Go ahead, Jeff. Talk to me,
Shout out to the
Jeff.
chat. Best in the game. Shout out, Angie. So the Dame situation and the Harden situation are kind of they're kind of different situations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I were a team, I almost feel like for Dame, if like this was 3 years ago, the league would be tripping over themselves to get him. But now he's getting up there a little in age, that money's getting up there. You're going to see a lot of these contracts that, like Jalen just got and all these, all of a sudden that Jalen one jumps off the page, but that's going to be one of the lighter ones in about, maybe by this time next summer, right? These contracts will balance out. So all of a sudden it'll look like Dame's contract might not be so bad when you see multiple players making near that money and longer term. So, but like I said, 32, 33 years old. If you're training for Dame, you're probably getting 2 probably really good years out of him. And then after that, who knows, right? So if I'm a team trading for that, I think I would be obviously, like Christian said, as a perfect answer, you really want to go after the best talent available. But I wouldn't be knocking the door down to get him because he's 32, 33, right? And Harden's Harden. I mean, we know what that situation is going on there. If it's someone like a Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, those guys demand a trade, then yeah, the league is lining up. But for Harden and Dame, I would trade for them if I wanted. If I was a team that wanted them, I wouldn't be deterred by him wanting to go to Miami because we've seen this
Absolutely.
happen before. You know what I mean? Paul George did not want to go to KC. He got traded there and re-signed there. So it's like at the end of the day, we've seen this happen before. And Dame probably has the least leverage of any player that's demanding a trade since Ben Simmons. So
absolutely,
if he's a guy if I feel I'm a point guard away, a scoring guard away, then yeah, I make the move for him. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be scared by it. I wouldn't be scared away from it because he can't do what he's going to do. He's not going to sit home and not make $50 million. You know what I mean?
Facts.
He's not, and he's clearly, because Damon's full of shit. He's clearly cares more about his personal legacy than team legacy. So he's going to go and still try to light it up because he wants to be out there like this, right? He wants to be out there doing that stuff, right? So, yeah, I mean, I think you'd get a motivated Dame no matter how you think about it because he's still a competitor. So I do it.
Yeah, and you know what? To add to your point, what's up, Prince? Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. To add to your point, Damian Lillard. Bottom line is, I don't think Portland's gonna do him dirty, like trade him to Detroit or some shit like that. I would be shocked if they did it.
Charlotte.
I would be shocked, but I mean, if I don't put it outside of maybe if somebody is capable of doing it, it could be Portland. But I'm just saying, like, I think at the end of the day, he's going to get one of his top 5 teams he wants to go to. I know the rumor has it only Miami, but I'm sure, if the Lakers were to trade for him, there's no way you're not gonna be happy about that. And I'm saying that I want him on the Lakers and none of that. But I'm saying if a high prestigious team was to trade for him, I don't think he'd be as disgruntled as his agent and him are making it seem, right? It's kind of like a pouty child that's at the grocery market, throwing a little tantrum right now. But as soon as you whoop their ass, they're gonna be straight. They get home and everybody's happy. They're gonna eat their veggies and all that good stuff. So something like that. Mies, talk to me, bro. If you're an NBA team right now, are you trading for Logo Lillard?
Absolutely, especially the B level teams that need that little bit to get over the hump, or just to fill up some seats and just shake up the franchise like a Knicks kind of a franchise. All day, I ain't thinking about nothing he talking about. Like Empire said, he has no leverage. I think he's still under for what, 3 more? Is it 3 more years?
Yeah. He did like a 5-year extension, so it's at least 3, maybe 4.
Come on home, Dame. Whoever it is who has the best package. Now, again, I'm not mad if Portland is like, you're gonna give us a list of 6 or 7 teams, but no, you're not gonna tell us you sending us to Miami so you can play with Jimmy and Bam like he started something. No, you're not dictating the pieces that's gonna be there. We're gonna get whoever we want, but give us a list. We will respect you to send you to a list, but no, it ain't gonna be no one and done, not going down. But yes, I would absolutely trade for him.
Heck
he's through 26, 27. He signed through. So yeah, he's got 4 years left.
I think the teams that might trade for him are the fringe teams that are thinking that they're one piece away from winning the chip. Those are the teams. Like if I was a rebuilding team, there's no way I want that kind of headache. For what, right? But if you're like a team that's on the fringe, for sure. My guy here has a question. He said, "What do you guys think will be the dark horse trade to acquire Dame or Harden? If you got and you guys' opinions." Also, a huge fan. Appreciate you, Storm. Thank you, bro. That is a good question. I'm gonna let my guy Jeff take over here. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, the 2 teams that I've always said are sleepers. I would keep an eye on New Orleans and OKC. New Orleans is in a weird situation. They've got some money issues. The Zion situation is crazy, and if you're Portland and you're out there looking, like the best I can get from them, the Pelicans are crazy enough to do a deal to take on someone like that labeled might not be disgruntled, right? So, and he's played with CJ out there before, so something like a Zion and something like that could probably get that done. OKC's got a ton of picks. They've got young talent. They've got players. I think they're a wild card in it. I just don't know how much they want a 32, 33-year-old point guard, but they would be a sleeper because I could see them facilitating or taking him to move later. But those would be the 2. But the one I've always said that we're in already a sleeper to me is like I still think Brooklyn is sitting back as an option.
Okay, hey, I could definitely see a team like that pulling up and snatching them. I see Boston as that team because I feel like Boston is like they're thirsty whores, man. They're always looking for star power names. You know what I mean? And especially if they could, although I know that's not a landing destination for these stars. They've been very adamant saying they don't want to go there. But don't be surprised if they say, you know what, fuck it. The NBA just sent out this memo. They're scummy enough to do something like that. Like, you gotta play. You know what I mean? That's Boston for you. So I think a team like that. What do you think? What do you guys think, man? Let's start with Mies. What do you think, bro?
Man, my thing is keep your eyes on the 2 New York squads. I think the Knicks, after messing up on what's my man that went to Cleveland from Utah?
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell, after blowing that situation, I think they are desperate to get that A-list star. I can see them saying, all right, look, What you want, man? Before I have to sell this franchise or something, let's get Dame up in here. They got to be the hungriest one to get it done.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good take for sure. New York hasn't landed a star since Melo. As far and Jalen Brunson in a sense was a star in free agency, but I'm talking about like star cachet, right? Like the big
perennial,
name.
yeah, like a perennial.
That's a good pick right there. What do you think, brother? What do you think, Christian?
No, it's the same. It's always going to be New York. They're always in the hunt, and they always should be, just like the Lakers. Just always, but they never seem to land anybody. Even if they're the front runner, somebody sneaks in and snatches up their player. But and I would love it. I would love if LA and New York are just on fire at the same time. It just feels like it feels like it's meant to be. I would love to watch that matchup in the finals, man. I've never seen it. That'd
be a dream come true for sure.
Yeah, I've seen that, in highlights of back in the day, but I want to watch it in HD and 4K now.
Wait, did the Lakers ever face the Knicks in the finals? I think maybe once, right? No,
not in my lifetime.
Yeah, so that would be crazy. You're right, Christian. That would be a great. That would be a great finals matchup. See, anything that we haven't seen before is always great, but especially when it relates to our Lakers. Hey, what's up, Mo? What's up, brother? Yeah, Max Henderson said, "Is it the final episode ever?" Nah, bro. This is just for the end of this summer, man. We're running out of topics to talk about. Don't want to clickbait y'all, so we'll be back as soon as the season starts, man. And you're gonna have these fine gentlemen here with us, hopefully next season as well. If they're willing to bless the channel again, so always a blessing. Dark horses are the Lakers December 15th. Now that's an interesting thing, man. And I find it interesting how he's saying December 15th. Is that because certain players we re-signed back?
Yeah, D'Lo, Reeves, Rui, those guys can't move until then. But I don't think the Lakers are in this at all whatsoever.
No,
I don't think they're a horse. I don't think they're a pup. I don't think they're nothing in this race.
And to add to that, I don't think Damian Lillard is going into training camp as a Blazer. I think he'll be gone before training camp starts. It would be counterproductive and very distractive of their rebuild. They want to start that early, and they want to start with the right culture if you're trading away a piece like that.
And then real quick, can I add a layer real quick to talk about the New York section real quick? I don't think New York's. I think Brooklyn might at some point get involved. I don't think the Knicks are because I think New York is going to be back in the Donovan Mitchell sweepstakes really soon. There's a lot of talk of saying he will not sign an extension there.
Yeah,
they may have to move him. So
because he didn't want to be in Cleveland in the first place, right? So
I think New York is sitting back waiting on someone like that. They're waiting on the younger star. They're not the thing is Knicks aren't going to get a free agent. See, but here's the thing people got to think about now. Both New York teams now have owners that players are going to be iffy about playing for. Okay, so they're going to have to get people via trade. So start looking around for those. The guys are like, and then they can re-sign them. You know what I mean? But but as far as like a signing free agent, that's going to be tough. But I think Donovan Mitchell is the guy they still have an eye on. I still think they can still possibly get that done in the next 6 months to a year. But so I don't think Dame has any chance of ending up a Knick. I just want to throw that layer in there.
That's interesting. Yeah, I have heard the rumor as well about how Donovan Mitchell won't re-sign with the Cavs, so watch out for the Knicks for sure. Right there. Now there has been a debate online recently due to some comments that Paul Pierce made. You guys know, the truth is lying out here. I mean, he's capping. He said he would be better than Dwayne Wade, the 3-time champion Dwayne Wade. If he would have had a prime LeBron on his team and a couple of those teammates they had in Miami and a Chris Bosh. Now, I want to know what your guys' take is. And let's start with my guy. Who started last? Let's start with Meese. Meese, how you feeling about Paul Pierce, Mr. Wheelchair himself, Mr. One Championship? Mr. One Championship with a Hall of Fame roster, talking about he'll be better than the Flash, man. How you feel about that?
Man, it seems like he's been picking on D-Wade for a while, man. I think he feeling some kind of way. And it's hard to give any type of Boston dude credit, so I try to take off my anti-Boston. No, that don't even sound right coming out, but I'll give him one legit point that he made, that he said I could score from the 3, from mid-range, and in the post. So in my perspective, him saying my perspective, I'm a better scorer than him. Okay, you may have more tools in the box, but Dwayne Wade is arguably the third best shooting guard in the history of the game, or the most dynamic. I believe he leads all guards in blocks. He did have more tools than him, so I understand what he's saying from that perspective. But Dwayne Wade, I remember the old Wade, fantasy Wade. It was arguable who was better between him and LeBron back on the fantasy teams back in those days. His numbers was disgusting from a defensive standpoint, defensively. So I hear what he's saying as far as having more tools in the toolbox as a scorer. But no, Dwayne Wade was second to nothing, man. He was a nightmare on them streets, man.
Yeah, and to add to your argument, you could say that Dwayne Wade was the next best shooting guard after Kobe Bryant all time.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like if we're talking all time, I can't think of many in between, Kobe and Wade. Like I can't think of too many that are better. Some people say James Harden. I say I threw up in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? When they say James Harden, I instantly throw up in my mouth because this guy, man, he was a stat freak for Mike D'Antoni. That's what I see him as, and he was a very talented stat freak. Don't get it wrong. But what has he won to show me that, right? Now, let's go to Christian, brother. Talk to me, man. Paul Pierce, or are we going with the Flash, man? How are we feeling?
Okay, so I've talked to some of my friends about this. I'm kind of on the fence because I am from Inglewood. I graduated from Inglewood High School, where Paul Pierce went. So I do have some love for him as a basketball player. I did like him for a bit until I noticed there could be a clash between the Lakers and them, right? And then when that big trade happened, I immediately was like, okay, forget Paul Pierce. But I can't ever, I guess it's just, I can't ever forget what he did for Boston, but I don't like what he did. So, being a Laker fan, I'll always go against what he says and what he does and what he did. So, yeah, I'm going to say, I also loved watching Dwayne Wade, and like Mies just said, the numbers are there. I would say, he's a more Dwayne Wade is a more dynamic player, and he always will be. But I'm still on the fence, just because I have some loyalty, and I don't even like saying that, but just because where I grew up,
Inglewood, right?
Yeah, just
no, that's understandable. Of course, look, at the end
at
the end of the day, we always have connections to certain athletes. Like I love DeMar DeRozan. He's from Compton. I'm always gonna have love for him. Players like that, Brandon Jennings, I still rock with, even though he didn't really make nothing of himself. But Jeff, talk to me, man. I know you're gonna bring the fire on this topic, man. I already know. So Paul Pierce or Dwayne Wade?
The truth is always false when it comes to this guy. So always keep that in mind, right? All of his takes are pretty much hot garbage. So keep that in mind as well. However, Paul Pierce, the man, Paul Pierce, the fucking weirdo, Paul Pierce, the idiot, like remove that from the basketball court. Dude was a hooper. He was an absolute hooper. He was a killer scorer. I've got Wade. Wade is a better player than Paul Pierce, but I think the gap is smaller than people want to admit or think, because Paul Pierce was really good. He was on a lot of bad teams. He was on that Celtic era where they were bad for a while. They couldn't really figure out rosters, couldn't figure out coaches. But Paul Pierce, as much as I love to make fun of the dude, as much as I think he can be a clown, all this, that, and the third. If we're talking about on the court, dude was a baller. And he almost became a Laker too. A lot of people forget that fact. He almost became a Laker before.
My stomach just turns when you say that, bro.
Yeah, he almost did for Lamar. But what I'm saying, I definitely got Wade. Wade is more dynamic. He's more versatile. He's more electric. He's more championship DNA. He does more in a basketball court. Just looking at Paul Pierce and look at Dwayne Wade. Like, it doesn't even look like Paul Pierce ever even works out. He just goes to the park and throws up shots. Like, he didn't, you could tell he didn't take a lot of the stuff that Wade took serious. You could just tell. I would, Celtic aside, corniness aside, I would take Paul Pierce on my team back in the day. If I needed a guy to get buckets, I got no problem admitting that. But if I had to pick between D Wade or Paul Pierce, it's Wade probably 6.5 times out of 10.
Okay. My take's a little different. And I respect that take for sure. I mean, that's a very good take, especially because you're right. The gap isn't that huge. Championships, God damn it. And let me say this. If I needed somebody to sell wheelchairs for me, Paul Pierce is your guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm bringing him on board. I lost full respect after what he did in that finals, man. Not because he's not talented, but because of the antics. You know how I feel about floppers. And this guy was a master flopper. Now, here's the thing. The truth about D Wade is that Dwayne Wade was amazing. He could score. Well, he was primarily a slasher. Paul Pierce is clearly a better face-up player. Okay, but when we think of Dwayne Wade, his athleticism, his slashing abilities, and his defense, to me, I mean, the way he would come from the weak side, block shots, like I just think of him as an explosive guard. When he lost that explosion, he started to decline. Paul Pierce was better for a little bit longer because he had a face-up game. So even as he got older, he was still able to become, impactful in the game.
Yeah.
However, Paul Pierce, I think he's better than he thinks he is. And it kind of reminds me of somebody who currently plays for Boston by the name of Jason Tatum. Very, very good player. Very, very good fucking player. But I think if this dude doesn't win a championship in his career, I'm personally going to compare him to Paul Pierce. But if we look at their play styles, they're both face-up guys. They could both get hot and score from anyone on the court. And they have sneaky athleticism, right? None of them jumps out of the building, but I'll say Jason Tatum beats Paul Pierce.
Yeah, Tatum got more boosties in him for sure. More explosiveness too.
I actually, when Tatum came into the league, I saw a lot of Paul Pierce in him. People were saying Kobe. I don't see it. I still don't see it. I see more Paul Pierce than I see Kobe Bryant. And I'll say this. I obviously think there's a higher ceiling for Jason Tatum than Paul Pierce, but you got to show with championships. Paul Pierce got one. Can you get more than one? TBD. Because that's exactly where I'm going to put Tatum. If, that's what I'm going to compare him to if he does not get a ring. With the Paul Pierces of the world, with the Carmelos of the world. Great, talented scorers, bucket getters, and even solid defenders. But just do they have what it takes? Do they have that it factor? And Wade actually led his team, right, to a championship with Shaq, because Shaq was outside of his prime in that time. So this is a very interesting conversation, but I love it because there's no wrong opinion. It's just all opinions. At the end of the day, you can't go wrong with either one, but I'm still going to give the edge to D. Wade because I just hate Paul Pierce, man. I'll be honest.
And you nailed it right there. Dwayne Wade was the best player on the championship team. Paul Pierce was not the best player on that Celtics team. So at the end of the day, he can never say he was the best player on the championship team. I will also say that I think that Jason Tatum at this stage of his career is better than Paul Pierce was at this stage of his career. And I think 10 years from now, he will be the better player overall.
I agree. I think he has a higher ceiling. But I'm just saying, let's just say that for whatever reason, God forbid injuries or just bad attitude or anything gets in the way, I'm not going to elevate him above Pierce, Melo, and those kind of players, which is still great, but it's not Kobe level. You know what I'm saying? You know what I hate? I hate that they always try to put players there, like James Harden. Remember when he came over and played with Joel Embiid, they said the next Kobe and Shaq? I said, where the rings at? You know what I'm saying? Get some rings and then we'll have a conversation. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll say the same thing to Jason Tatum. Everybody wants to suck his dick live on television. And I'm like, listen, at the end of the day, right now he's at Paul Pierce level. You want to elevate, get some hardware, right? And hopefully you don't get it as a Celtic, because that's not, that's not, you know what I'm saying? But if he does, I'll give him his props. I'll say, okay, he's better than Pierce. I'll say he's better than Melo and these guys. But right now, that's where I put him personally, whether we agree or disagree on that, that's where I put him personally. And D Wade, I got him at a notch below Kobe. Like, you got Kobe, you got Jordan, you got Kobe, and then you got Wade, and then everybody else. That's how I feel about Wade. That's how highly I think of Wade. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to at the end of the day. But hey, I love it, man. It's a fire starter.
Really quick, Dan. I think that people need to stop comparing Booker to Kobe. What's the deal with that? Why?
There's no one to compare.
And why do the TV announcers keep bringing that up? No, it's not even close. Don't.
I 110% agree. I mean, I've always said Devin Booker's a lot closer to Michael Redd than he is Kobe Bryant, if we're being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, he likes to run around, spot up, and shoot threes, and he doesn't like double teams. Sounds like Michael Redd to me.
Right. Just because Booker was in that one commercial looking up at Kobe's mural doesn't mean that he's Kobe. Yes, he's a good player. But he doesn't have Kobe's mentality. You can't double team him on the off-season game because he gets upset and throws tantrums.
But not just that, Kobe was an all-world defender, man. Like all-world defender. And Devin Booker's okay at best. He's okay. But Kobe Bryant was 7-8-time all defense. Like, this dude was phenomenal, man. People forget that he was, when he didn't have the scoring going, because even the best scorers sometimes have off nights. Whenever those rare off nights happened for Kobe, he was blocking shots, getting rebounds, locking up their best perimeter players, just doing what he had to do to help us get wins. That's why we always felt like we could win. I can't say the same for Booker.
Yeah, and I'll tell you about Booker's best year would be like a middle of the pack Kobe year. You know what I mean? It wouldn't even be one of Kobe's top years. So it's like, oh yeah, right there. What's up? Shout out to Lo. What's up, Lo?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
But Devin Booker, whatever his best year ends up being, it wouldn't even be probably one of Kobe's top 3 or 4 best years. You know what I mean? It's just not. It just isn't going to be. Booker's not that. Then I would love to say, well, it's not his fault, it's the media, but no, he tries to force that narrative a little bit too on his own.
And I'll tell you this: if they were to retire today, both of them at the same time, you tell me which one's closer to Kobe, Kyrie Irving or Devin Booker. Let's be straight honest. Neither of them even hold a candle to him. But I'm saying we're talking about the tough shot making abilities, the fact that he already has a championship, and just the insane, shot making abilities. I even put Kyrie over Booker, and nobody's ready to have those conversations. You know what I'm saying? But there's I think there's levels to this, and I love this because it's all opinion form. But let's be real, man. It's ridiculous when they make these comparisons. There won't be another Kobe, period, right? And just like there wasn't another Michael, and just like there won't be another LeBron. So
I will say another thing too. Kobe was the closest thing to Jordan, but I don't think we will ever see the closest thing to Kobe. Like exactly. I don't think we will, because Kobe. I think Kobe was so special that it became okay to say the next thing to Michael. But you had to be but there won't be. They're just not made that way anymore. It has nothing to do about the actual hooping skill. It's a mentality, and I think if people forget about that portion of it, it's the okay with being the bad guy, okay with not being in your circle. It's okay. Like these guys, a lot of these guys aren't cut from that cloth. They just don't have it emotionally to do it. So you may have guys who have killer skills that could ball the fuck up, but they're not going to have that. And the combination of those things is what's going to make it happen. And I just don't think that exists anymore.
That's a great take, Jeff. Absolutely. There's no killers like that no more. They show shades of it, right? They show little shades of the killer mentality. But a real killer, if your finger dislocates and does a question mark, he's going to pop it back in and go right back in the game. When's the last player we can do that? Motherfuckers don't clip their toenails properly and they're out for 3 games. You know what I mean? It's tough. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Jeff. Great point. And I'll even go as far as to saying this. To me, Kobe Bryant was not the next Michael Jordan. He was the remix. Right, because he did some things that even Michael couldn't do, like scoring 81, and certain things that Kobe he took from different people's game. Kobe was like the Mega Man of basketball. He took from everybody's game and added it. Even the post game, he worked with Elijah Wan. You know what I'm saying? He was just different, man. So that could be a whole nother episode. But I'm telling y'all right now, Kobe Bryant and Jordan, just to me, they were so similar but very different at the same time. Jordan was more of a slasher. Kobe was more of a pull up anywhere on the court. In your fucking face, anywhere. You know what I'm saying? If you needed a new fresh taper, Kobe Bryant had you with the fade, man, because every single time this guy was cooking, right? So, but I love it. This is good conversations to have because some people need to be educated. Some people are just throwing out names like Booker's the next Kobe, or Tatum was the next Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Get some. Welcome.
I'll never forget when Tatum had that T-shirt with Kobe in the Boston. Yeah, I was completely done with him
Well, he had to do that because he dressed up in Laker gear. That was kind of saving face in his own city. I get where you're coming from, and I agree. But they had this whole thing where he did it, where they were reacting Kobe like their favorite player shots. Yeah, he kept posting pictures of him on Staples Center court with he kept posting a lot of Laker related stuff. So
and even the text message, right? That when he texted, how corny was that, bro?
No, that was corny. That was stupid. But what I'm saying is but I agree with you. I agree with you. You should have kept going the other way. Forget if that's what you felt.
Well, if you really wanted to be the next Kobe, you try to be the villain, right? You don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So that's where you prove you're not cut from the same cloth. You proved it right there. So you're absolutely right, Christian. I hated him from that point on, and I hope he's never a Laker. Except when he is, I'm gonna be cheering my balls off for him. But you know how that goes. But yeah. All right. We got to talk about this horse loving mother sucker, man. Recently, Jokic celebrated the horse racing championship. And he was going nuts, fam. I mean, he celebrated this thing way harder than the NBA chip.
He did, bro.
Listen, my question for y'all is: at what age do you guys think he was dropped? Because I don't get that, man. I'll never.
I mean, I think his mom belly flopped while pregnant. To be honest with you,
I agree.
Before he was even born, man.
Holy shit, bro. Does that irritate you guys? I'll let anybody go. I'm just gonna go out of order. This is the last episode, man. Just keep your mind. Well, how do y'all feel about Jokic out here wanting to impregnate horses while he's sitting like a librarian and he wins the championship? Talk to me, man.
Well, first you got to do the voice, Dan.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting on that. Yeah.
I motherfucking just won the horse race, and this is my championship. Forget the NBA, motherfuckers. No, I don't know. All I know about Jokic is he's not really. I don't know, man. If you're the NBA, this cannot be the face of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? That's the excitement he should have had for the NBA. This dude was clapping and dancing with old ladies and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, kissing babies. and all of that, man.
Kissing baby horses. Do you think Michael Malone is upset that too much attention is on the horses now?
Michael Malone is busy trying to get clout. I heard he got a grill now. You know what I'm saying? Like first he was training the hat, and now he's out here getting a grill, man. Now
he's out there trying to be Paul Wall to the fullest out there, man.
You saw that? You saw that, right? He was biting his flows and all that. Now, let me ask y'all this: does it piss y'all off, or is it just me being petty, man? Because my blood curled when I seen that video of him just really celebrating a horse race championship. Like, what is it?
I honestly didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Oh, what is the hype with horse racing? Like, I don't get it. Do you win a lot of money in that? Is that like heavy money?
I mean, it's with any gambling, you can win. You can win or you can lose, right? Depends how much you put into it, and then it's like any other. But except these athletes, which the horses, they die a lot. So it's like it's a crazy sport, man. Like it's a crazy thing. But
Angie's absolutely right. It really showed where his heart is, in the gutter. I agree, Angie, 110%. But hey, what I hope is that the NBA really enforces this new flopping rule, because that's a master flopper right there. So I hope that he doesn't get the same calls, since he was basically downplaying the championship. If I'm the commissioner, I made every phone call to every official, like they're not winning the championship next year, no matter what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Remember, we talked about this last time. He immediately changed during the parade. He's like, "Oh, I want to be here for the parade," or whatever he said. When they first interviewed him after a few minutes after winning the championship, he's like, "Oh, we got a parade. I got to go home." He didn't. Yeah, I don't think he cared, man. He wants to deal with his horses.
I've never been so frustrated with somebody winning a championship before. Even when we got beat by Detroit and I saw them celebrate, I was like, okay, they really wanted it. Respect. Like, it hurt like hell in 2004.
I still hate that team.
But
I still hate that team.
But I said respect because they really wanted it. They had passion for it, and they really celebrated it. It kind of eases my pain a little bit because, you can't win it every year. You know what I mean? So when I see some city that really is passionate for basketball and they win and their players are representing and everything, I respect it at least, but I can't respect this, man. I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now, the Lakers did make a move this week. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been all dry as the desert is right now. But the Lakers went ahead and they cut Cole Swider from his two-way contract, and they gave it to Alex Fudge. So, what the fudge, guys? Like, is this a good move or great move, bad move? What do you guys think? And let's start with my guy, Christian. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I think it's a great move. We saw that Schwider wasn't moving his feet on defense. He didn't look like he improved. It looked like he was the same guy from last year on the summer league team. I thought maybe him, I didn't pay too much attention when he was going up and down on the team, but I thought maybe him sitting on the NBA bench watching the game, sometimes that helps you improve, just watching the speed and everything that's happening in front of you. But I didn't see much improvement. I was really rooting for him, just like you do, Dan. I was like, man, he has a nice shot. Nobody makes every shot, but if the only thing you can do on this Laker team with Darvin Ham being the coach is shoot, you might not make the team because he wants you to play defense. You got to get back. You got to play defense. You can't just let rebounds come into your hand. You got to fight for them and go after them. And a lot of times, I don't know if I'm the only one that saw this, but I saw a lot of rebounds just kind of land in his area and he grabbed them. So, I wanted to see a little bit more fire, if you could say that, a little bit more fire.
Right.
Just go after it, play defense. I don't care if you foul the guy. It's summer league. Get in front of him, put your arms out. Is he like 6'9", 7 feet, something like that? But he doesn't seem like he's that tall because the way he plays defense. I don't know what it is exactly, but maybe, getting a little bit more time in the G League. Not saying that he has to be with us, but just a little more time, just helping him with the defense. He'll be a nice player in the NBA, but that depends on him if he wants to play defense.
Yeah. No, you know what? Great take. As far as Cole Swider goes, you know what? The thing about him is when his shot is on, he looks good, right? He doesn't even look great. He looks good. But you can't be a one-trick pony and really have a long career in this NBA. So there's some teams where he might land on, and they might be able to plant him in a corner and just be like, just shoot away, But then on defense, it feels like you're playing 5-on-4, and it becomes a real problem, right? And so that's my thing. I wish him the best, though. He seems like a great kid. That wetter, man. Whoo, he's got a flamethrower. When it comes to that shot, looking like Kyle Korver out there when he's open, man. But man, I just don't know how it translates to the, because also even the shooting can waver at the NBA level, right? Because there's quicker defense. You're getting up and down more, a little more tired, less legs. So even that can waver. All right, Jeff, tell us, man, how you feel about Alex Fudge swap for, the Cole sniper?
I'm just happy Cole's gone. I didn't have a lot of confidence in him from the get-go. He wasn't one of those guys that the Lakers stashed. He was legitimately undrafted because no one wanted him, in the draft. So they took a shot on him. I didn't have a lot of high expectations for him. Knew rather quickly that, okay, it's not, his game is not translating. He may need to, play overseas or play somewhere and get his confidence up and figure out some other traits. And then, we'll see. Maybe as a future on another team somewhere. Fudge, I don't know. We'd say kind of same thing. We don't really know, but he doesn't have much, from what I saw, doesn't have much of an offensive game. He's a defender, so maybe that's something they're looking down the road to defend, maybe develop another 3D potentially. Yeah, like another Vandal, right? So but outside of that, it's nothing. I think it's cool. I'm not tripping that they got rid of Cole, and I'm not super excited that they signed Fudge. We'll see what it becomes. These moves kind of are wait and see approaches. Sometimes you hit on them, sometimes you don't. I hope we do, but remains to be seen.
Again, it's his empire. We just living in it. If it didn't move the Jeff needle, probably not a great move, right? So
not true.
I feel you, man. Hey, but listen, you're right. Now, the thing about Alex Fudge is he's raw, right? He's just raw talent. And he relies a lot on his sheer athleticism. Will that translate? Hopefully, because, sometimes you're already in an advantage, right? Because of your athleticism. So you use that properly. You might add a little teardrop here and there. And next thing you know, you get in some minutes. Mies, did you like it, love it, hate it, or how you feel about the Fudge master, man?
I'll say I'm in the middle, not really leaning anyway. I really wasn't mad at all. Fudge, he didn't display so much level of ability where it's like a clear cut OMG, but I can see they were like, look, whatever raw potential he has to develop is better than what Swider has shown over 2 seasons. We gave you some opportunities. Yep. Summer League, we need to see a little jump. And I don't think I was actually kind of big on him the first time around preseason. I saw his mechanics, his shooting ability, even though he wasn't making shots in preseason. I saw his mechanics of getting to the three. It looked a little bit Klay Thompson-ish, just his body mechanics, how he can come around screens. I was like, okay, he got something. If he can develop, get a little bit stronger, coming to this second season, he hasn't improved. So I'm not mad at all. When, like you say, when you're a one-trick pony, I need that one trick to be fire. And if it's so every now and then, and you physically haven't changed, you can't keep up with anybody, we can replace you real easy. We'll take a look at the young kids, Fudge's ability to develop into anything rather than just waste a roster spot on my man right here. So I wasn't mad.
And you know what? I think to add to your point, bro, you're absolutely right. I think we saw it with Matt Ryan. He even hit a game winner. It could have been like a season-changing game winner, when we were down on the season last year. And even he got cut from the roster. You know what I'm saying? And he was actually hitting in NBA games, but because he was getting so cooked defensively and he couldn't do much else, he ended up getting cut, So that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. You can't be out there playing 5-on-4, right? That's another reason why we let go of, what was the name? Malik Beasley. Because when he wasn't hitting the shot, nothing else was happening. No defense. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing else happening. So that's another reason he was let go. And he was even more raw talent than Cole Swider and the other guy I mentioned put together. So that tells you where the Lakers are going towards.
And one thing. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
One thing I want to mention about this, I think it's really interesting. The most interesting part about this is that the Lakers went this with their 3 2-ways, right? So I think that's the most interesting part of it. So that signals that they're most likely looking towards having 15 players instead of 14. I felt this was going to be the way the whole time. So they kind of tipped their hand there. However, now that doesn't mean they have to, though. They just have to figure it out by the 30th game. So, but I think that I felt all along they're going to try to carry 15. I think this is a signal that they're at least going to try. And then if they don't, then one of these 3 2-ways will be gone by, a third of the season.
Absolutely. And here's another, to add to what you just said, just to cap it off. Jeannie Buzz recently was on a podcast. I don't remember what the podcast was, but she said, stay tuned because the Lakers are not done making moves. Yep. And half of my eyebrow raised, you know what I'm saying? Because it's too early in the summer for me to really get hyped, but half of my eyebrow just said, You know, and I was like, okay, let's see what those moves are, Genie. We're ready. Kane Carter, he says, off topic, what are your thoughts on MGK? I think he's mid. MGK the rapper?
Yeah, you talking about Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah, I think so. Listen, man, I ain't a fan of nobody named Kelly, bro. You know what I'm saying? like you can't be a rapper named Kelly, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, the first Kelly I think of is Kelly Clarkson. And
yes. I'm gonna assume he's talking about Machine Gun Kelly. And
then watched it.
and to be honest, yeah, he's I think mid might need a little bit too much credit, to be honest with you.
I thought he was. Listen, I thought he was a rock star. That's what I saw him as. Like,
Eminem ran him out of rap. So
changed careers.
Now he's trying to do.
I agree.
I admire the guy's effort. He's doing whatever he can to stay, but that dude got put in a body bag. He needs to just stay 6 feet deep where
he needs to stay in that bag before he gets eliminated even further.
Yeah.
When I think of it, go ahead, bro.
When he was walking around in that video with the shovel, he thought he was hard and all that.
Oh, the white devil. Yeah.
Eminem put him in his place. That's what I think a few
Eminem
times. So
goated, man. You don't come at Eminem and live to tell the tale. You know what I'm saying?
Eminem said he treated him like thread. That's how he wound up sewing Machine up.
The best line of that song, and when he was talking about that'd be like Diddy admitting that he had pot killed. That was crazy. People that went over and then he goes, that part, and he was like, just kidding, Diddy. You know I love you. But for him to just that alone run the whole like that right there was
for real.
You know what I think? I think it was one of those situations where he thought Eminem's old. And he was like, let me clout chase right quick, and I'll be the first survivor. And boy, that backfired on him. Because when I think of MGK, I think of, my God, kid, you got killed by him.
What he said, I had to give you a career to destroy it, right? So
that's right. Right. Yep.
Hey, Kane Carter coming back with another super chat. Appreciate you, bro. He said, do you believe in the GM stuff, or is it cap? I think he has a lot of influence on the roster for sure. That's why they call him the GM. But does he make other moves? No, I think Rob Pelinka showed that he's got some cojones on him, and he's probably the first GM to have told LeBron James no on something and survived this job. You know what I'm saying? Like
especially this summer. He basically said, "Go outside, go on vacation. I got this." So I would call him the consultant, not the GM.
Oh, he downgraded him a little bit. Yeah, and listen, another thing is, and we're gonna talk about it right now. Was the jersey retirement thing that we've been talking about all summer now. Jeannie came out and she says, yes, he's going to be retired. I mean, is the sky blue? We already knew that, right? So, but she did clarify, I believe it's one number, because she said, we haven't decided on the number yet. So it's one number, and this is another way to show dominance. If any other franchise would have bent over backwards for the king, I promise they would have said, we retired 3 of those motherfuckers as long as he plays for us. And and the Lakers are saying, nope, this is still Kobe Town. And we're going to give him one number because that's what he deserves. And he's going to get a picture of a statue because that's what he deserves. And, as great as he is, when I think of LeBron, I still think of him more as a Cleveland Cavalier. You know what I mean? Because that's, to me, his most impactful championship for his career so far was the one for Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? And I think if he wins another one here, now we can have the statue conversation. But for now, you know what I'm saying? One jersey's going in the rafters for sure. And that's probably going to be 23. That's the one he won the championship with. Right. So what do you guys think, though, about the jersey retirement thing? And anybody can go. I'm not going to. This is the last episode, man. Let's just go all out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to pick you guys. I always lose track of the order. That's my problem, you know? So I don't want people to feel like I'm not letting you go.
I do too. Sometimes you're talking like, shit, am I about to go first? And I'm like, I don't remember when I went last time.
So if anybody wants to chime in, go ahead.
Yeah, but I'll go. So I think they definitely, I've said all along, I think they should. I think I said all along that they should do it. They should do one number. And if he insists on both numbers, then throw 29 up there, put 23 and 6 together and be quiet.
Oh, I like that.
But no, it'll be up there. It'll be 23.
Yep.
He absolutely deserves it. And I know, and again, that Cleveland one was big. They all were big, and they're all almost in different eras, like because they were spaced out. So it's like, as far as I know, we got back to back in Miami. But what I'm saying is like the Miami one was huge because that was his first one, right? That's got to hold some sentimental value. The Cleveland one, because that was for Cleveland. That if there was ever a city that's worse than fucking Portland, it's Cleveland, right? And then of course the 2020 one, I think people are just sleeping on that was the Kobe year, man. It was cold. We were all in our houses, like all of them. I don't know if you can find a dude that has championships that are separated like that, in 3 different cities, 3 different teams, and all of them extremely special. You get what I mean? So they're really hard to take from. But so I would definitely think he definitely goes up there. I think at the end of the day, he's already been here longer than he was in Miami. And God willing, hopefully Bronny gets back to normal and everything is good. But if in the fact that Bronny doesn't play again, LeBron can end up being a Laker for another 2 to 3 years. You know what I mean? So he can end up being here as long as Shaq was. So at the end of the day, like you got to think about it in context. And at the end of the day, himself just agreeing to come here alone, and without another star in 2018.
I guess his jersey up there.
He saved the Lakers. You know what I mean? He saved the Lakers. So that alone gets that bitch up there.
That's true. That's absolutely true. Somebody messaged me, man. I think I tweeted this, man. I was making fun of him. He said, LeBron's getting his jersey retired and all this and that. I'm no longer a Laker fan. It's like, what? I don't think you ever were a Laker fan, because that's an accolade for the Lakers. We stacking Hall of Famers, we stacking GOATs up there. That is a blessing. I never heard of a fan.
And what's the reasoning for that? Like, what's the reasoning for that? Oh, he only had 1 chip. Yeah, so did Will, so did Jerry. Shut the fuck up.
Talk to him.
Jesus.
They don't understand that what LeBron did was reestablish the franchise and put us back where we belong. All right, because remember, Mitch Kupchak and Jim Dumbass was in here racing horses like Jokic, and they wasn't really taking care of the team. So what happened was free agents weren't even wanting to give us and the Lakers aura was starting to disappear. They didn't want to give us meetings. So I give credit to Magic, because people forget Magic came here and just automatically we got our cachet back. Instantly, free agents were lining up to try to get meetings here when that happened. He came back here. Like, people always discredit Magic because he left or whatever. No. He was the first pillar to fall.
Served his purpose.
Then he recruits LeBron James, who, by the way, didn't even want to meet with Pelinka. Meets with Magic Johnson. Main reason he signs here, Magic Johnson. And then LeBron James, what does he do? He comes here when everybody said he was scared, only came here to make movies, scoopity poop. Look, LeBron James is a GOAT because he's not afraid. All right. He went to Miami, got hated on, came back to Cleveland, got hated on by Miami fans, came to the Lakers, got hated on by Cleveland fans. You know what I'm saying? He might go somewhere else. It might get hated on by some Laker fan, not me. I'm eternally grateful. Right. But bottom line is, this is the way. If you're going to play mercenary, this is the way to do it. Everywhere he's been, he's won championships. And that, to me, is his biggest argument for why he's the GOAT. That is the biggest argument. You can't say that about nobody else. Did Michael Jordan win championships for 3 different franchises? No. Nobody else did, right? So, to me, I mean, he'll never be my GOAT because I saw Kobe. I was blessed enough to see Kobe. But I'm not arguing with anybody who says that's their GOAT, because they have the accolades, the stats, and everything, right? If anybody else wants to chime in, go ahead. No? Okay, Kane Carter. Talk to me, bro. Talk to me.
Hey, if I jump in, absolutely, he gotta have his jersey in the rafters. But Jeff made a crazy point that's still in my head, man. You said he has a chance to actually be here longer than Shaq.
That was crazy.
Just to really think about that, going into his 21st season, still averaging 30. Like, come on, man. And really, people forget last season, if he'd have played that game last season, he would have won a scoring title in his 19th season. Like, this come on, man. This don't make no sense, man. And you know me, I'm always thinking we're gonna win it. I think the dude's gonna get his 5th this year, but that's just me. That's just me being biased.
I'm right there with you.
He has every right to put the crown on his head and flex however he wants to say he to go. I can't argue the man down like Dan said. I watched every dribble of Kobe, so I'm gonna be biased. But anybody rolling with that man as the GOAT, I ain't gonna argue, ain't gonna debate. I'm gonna just have my Kobe loyalty. That's it. I'm gonna be out there arguing. But absolutely, he deserves to have his jersey up there in the Raptors. One number though, because there's only one Kobe being that had 2 equal careers in the Lakers. So he can't have 2 of them, unfortunately, but he will be up there.
Yeah.
Kobe will be the only one with 2 numbers, and he'll always be like me's, and he's gonna always be my GOAT too. But anybody that brings up LeBron, I can't ever fight them against that, just because of everything he's done. And then him being here as long as Shaq, that's he should be in everybody's mind. I know some people say he's still a Cleveland Cavalier or Miami Heat. But to me, yeah, he is a Laker, and he's been a Laker just because of what you said, Dan. He came here with no one. He just came here, and we still had Bi, we had Zoe, we had the young bucks, out here running with him. And I still believe if he wouldn't have gotten hurt that Christmas game with the groin, I think they could have did something. They could have
Oh,
did
absolutely.
something. Yeah,
I still feel that way. I still feel
Absolutely.
that
They
way.
were closing in
Yeah.
on 4th in the West on
Yeah.
Christmas.
And-
They were coming. They were
yeah,
coming.
and I'll say that the year after we won the championship, if AD didn't get hurt, I think that team was dangerous too. Except he was out. Once he got hurt, I still believe that they could have been at least gone to the finals and faced the Bucks, and who knows what happens there. But Mamba will always be my GOAT.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And to close what you guys said, man, this is what I don't understand about those stupid ass fans that say dumb shit like, I'm not going to be a Laker fan because LeBron's jersey going to retire. How does that impact you in any negative way, shape, or form? Look, remember this. When Kobe Bryant retired, a lot of players were too pussy to come play for the Lakers because they didn't want to be overshadowed by Kobe's legacy. LeBron James broke that barrier, and he said, you know what? This is the greatest franchise. You just add into the legacy, period. And that is the way we're going to be viewed moving forward. No matter how great you are, the best of the best always come through here. We're like the Barcelona of basketball. You know what I'm saying? We're like the not Yankees, because the Yankees don't win shit. But
they got 27 championships, man.
Yeah,
I mean, 27 championships.
In my lifetime, I've only seen them win a couple of times, man. So, but I'm talking about like most of the time
they were a problem.
They stack, and then they come up short for the most part. It reminds me of the 04 Lakers. You know what I'm saying? When we were stacking, we came up short. So I'll compare us more to winning franchises that have won in recent memory. But I'll say this, for everybody that doesn't want LeBron, like, what do you want? He's the best of the best. Are you not? So when LeBron retires and Giannis wants to come here, you're not going to want him either.
Like he chose us. He chose us.
Like what is the narrative, right? If you're a Laker fan, you should want the best of the best. Period.
But dudes are acting like we traded Kobe for LeBron.
Yeah,
like you get what I mean.
Right.
They're acting like they want. They're acting like we gotta blame someone for getting LeBron. He chose us. It was a mutual decision as a free agent, and it cost us nothing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We gave up nothing for him. He was a free agent. So people are acting like they traded Kobe, their mama, their chick, their baby mama, everyone to get LeBron.
They're acting like LeBron.
It's crazy.
Like LeBron pulling their girlfriend or something, man. They're acting like come on, bro. Like, I understand disliking a player, but that's just hating at that point.
That's real.
All right, my guy Kane Carter says, advice to fans who let losses affect their mental. That's a great question. That's a great question. And I'll tell you this. My advice to you, and I'll let each of you give an advice panel, but I'm going to say this. My advice to you is just step outside, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, take out your family, go to the movies, do something to take your mind off of it. That's what I do. I admit, I've been disgruntled before. I've punched the damn punching bag when we're losing. Everybody's had that moment. I've cursed everybody out, in front of my mama. You know what I'm saying? We all had those moments. If you're a passionate fan, I hold nothing against you, right? It's all the passion. But as you get older, at least for me, I just learned to change the topic and switch, because you live to fight another day and you'll be right back tomorrow, right? So that's just the way I see it. Anybody else got some advice from my guy Kane Carter?
Hey, if I got to jump in here, this is an extremely sensitive topic to me. Me and Dan has had this conversation.
Yeah.
And I might not even be the one to give you advice, man. Y'all see, I go in on Darwin. My mom, when I was 17 years old, is the one who had to check me in my Laker energy. You talking punching walls, slamming doors. I mean, all bad, to where I remember when Iverson beat us in game one of the finals when we were almost undefeated, bro.
That was a horrible night.
And this is why being undefeated in the playoffs, it was all bad. I slammed the door. I had company over. Mom came in the room and checked me. She's like, this is a basketball game. If you're going to act like this in front of the company, maybe you don't need to watch. And then she walked off, slammed my door. Damn, they're undefeated and gonna lose game. I was like, Mom,
you know what's crazy is that they're always right, but we're not in the state of mind to need to hear that shit. That makes me more mad. That makes me more mad, you know.
Bro, I had to learn. You really do is that you have to. I go off. You got to go do the walk. Don't watch post game. Don't listen to skipping. You really have to turn it off immediately. Throw on some Call of Duty. You really have to hit the switch off. I can't do the post game. Do your walk, breathe, maybe get your little wine. Stay away from the kids. You don't want to snap at nobody. You got to get that walk in, man, because it can get bad, bro. I just had to learn to balance that.
And y'all have seen me blow up on this live chat after losses, bro. Y'all have seen me blow up like a firecracker, man. And then after I vent, I feel a lot better. But man, it's horrible. Man. It's horrible.
Wait, Dan, I think I told you this before, but I got to tell the chat. It's funny because if you don't watch the game at all, the first thing we do is go check on Dan. And the first, my son said in the first 5 seconds, you can down there know what the score was when you see Dan's expression. You already know what's going on, how they won, how they lost. Man.
Bro, I had countless amount of fans tell me that I'm 10 times more entertaining when I'm pissed off. I'm like, that's fucked up. You're left to see me mad, bro.
No, you are. It is hilarious when you're mad. Your pigment changes.
It helps us get
changes.
Like,
it does. No, but me is that I'm right there with you. In 2001 when they lost that game, same situation. I sprained my ankle during that game. Like it was so I was so mad. Like that one and when they lost to the Pistons, I knew that series was already over. But game 1 against the Pistons was so game one against Philly and game 1 against Detroit, and then game 6 against game in 2008 when they came back and they had a chance to take control of that series on the margins. Like that was like game 4. I want to say game 4 in LA, 2008. I broke a TV. Like I broke a TV. Ooh. Like that's why now I'm like, bro, I was so seasoned. I'm so like, my man. If you need the demented Laker fan whisper, holla at your boy. I've got the art of this mastered. I've got it. I can be completely controlled. On to the next one. Hopefully there's the next one. If there's no more games left, and it's on to the next season. You know, salute that you made it to a point where the game mattered that much to where it hurt. Mm-hmm. And secondly, like they said, take a walk. Just don't walk in the direction of people you don't like, and I've done that before. And try to settle yourself. You're a fan, you're passionate, you spend a lot of time, money on this stuff. Yeah, it's hard, but just realize at the end of the day, like you're not on the bus when they win. You know what I mean? So like at the end of the day, you're not going to go out there and sacrifice yourself or anyone else when they lose. Just like. You know, you got to learn to check yourself. And just like me, my mom had to put hands on me. She's like, I will. I'm telling you right now, like I will, like, man, because I was so young and I was living with her, man. And she's like, you break my shit? Oh, man, I'm gonna break your shit. Like so. My mom had to, she had to cock one back on my ass, man. I was like, okay, we good, mom, we good. But
hey, Jack, let me ask you something real quick. Did any of you damn near go to jail over Tim Thomas? That's all I want to know.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot that one. I can't. Oh, you know what? That one was actually that. Yeah, I can't even talk. Like that one.
That was it.
Bro. Real quick. I was at my boy's house in Reseda, right? And we only watching this game. When he hit that shot, we had this spot we would go to. He lived in an apartment building. There was a bar like literally downstairs, right there. Right, I go downstairs. I sit down. Dude with a fucking Phoenix Sun jersey on, celebrating, bro. Like. It was over.
Yeah,
I would have fought him. I would have fought him.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So my boy knew right away. My boy got between because he just started like running his mouth, and it wasn't even his fault. His team won. He should be able to celebrate it, right? But he got disrespectful and he said some wild shit because this was the time where there was a lot of people want to act like Kobe didn't have that time period where all the people that claim that they love him now didn't have some sideways shit to say about him, right? Back then, and people were talking some crazy shit about Kobe. In 2007, man. I'm sorry, 2006. People were talking crazy about Kobe, and he said some crazy shit. And man, I had hands on him. And my boy was like, I had him, and I was reaching for the Jameson bottle, and they were about to meet.
Man.
But yeah. So yeah, I've been to the point, and I can't believe I forgot about that. I tried to block that out of my mind. That was a horrible. I didn't even go to work the next day. I was so pissed.
No, that was one of the worst Laker moments I can really live.
Tim Thomas had me cursing like a sailor, bro. I said,
fucking Kwame Brown, bro. Fucking Kwame Brown.
Grab the rebound. Couldn't
get a rebound.
One rebound away, bro. Get a rebound. And it's always the scummiest, bummiest players that end up cooking it that makes me pissed. Like, it could have been Steve Nash, and I at least would have accepted it because it's Steve Nash. But Tim Thomas?
He was on one that year. Dude was balling that year, bro. He was But man, I forget. Shout out, man. I forgot about that one. I think that one seared my brain so bad that I just don't want to act like that game ever existed.
Because I think Laker Nation knew when that shot hit, we was not coming out game 7.
Oh, for sure. It was over.
It
was over.
Two players I couldn't stand on Phoenix were Raja Bell, Tim Thomas, man, and Tim Thomas. Those two little
Boris
fucking
Dia always annoyed me too. Boris
Dia was annoying.
Raja Bell, Raja was he was at.
He thought he was the shit. That's what really pissed me off. It reminds me of Dylan Brooks a lot, you know.
Yeah, the clothesline, bro.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I have Dan. I have a quick story, same as Jeff and me's, where my mom had to check me at a young age, and I was going off during a regular season game. This is back when the Lakers were in the Forum. And I was watching it on Prime Ticket. It was a rerun, so it wasn't even a live game. So I'm in the living room.
Sorry.
I'm in the living room.
Wait, I'm sorry. Shout out to you, Christian. My man
throwing
hands over a replay.
That's next level fandom right there. I love it.
So it's I don't even remember. They might have been playing Charlotte or somebody like that, because I do remember like a aqua blue jersey on the opposite side, so it might have been them. But anyways, I'm going off like, and I'm like saying bad words, and I'm a young kid, and my mom walks in, and I look to my left, and I'm like, oh, I just turned pale. I was like, I knew it, and my mom spoke to me in English. And I was like, oh,
you're in trouble now.
It's real.
Yep. My mom.
She said the middle name. Like,
yep. No, I don't even have a middle name.
I was about to say, unless you didn't have one. Yeah.
She looked at me and she said what she said, and I just got quiet. And I'm like, and I told her, I'm not even gonna play NBA Jam for a week. I'm not doing nothing no more. And she was like, okay, you better. But to go back to that Tim Thomas, yeah, man, that was. I don't think he ever played that way ever again after that shot.
I don't believe so either.
I can't believe I forgot about that.
I
didn't forget it. I just chose not.
Like,
that's a very
in the vault.
I still hate Tim Thomas, man. If somebody could tag him, I hate you, Tim Thomas. Fuck you, you bitch. I still feel that pain.
Don't ever forget that clothesline that Raja Bell did on Kobe. Right.
I still can't get past the rerun line. That was that.
What he said was a rerun.
Hey Dan, let me ask you this: if Kwame does what he's supposed to do, what do you think the outcome of would happen?
Can I be honest with you? We were the 7th seed, and we were taking down that we were what up 3-1 on that number 2 seed, the Phoenix Suns. I honestly think we go to the finals that year. The way Kobe was playing like a maniac that year.
I'm with you, bro.
2006 was Mavs, right?
Yeah,
Mavs and Heat.
Yep, Mavs and Heat.
Kobe versus Shaq. Kobe versus Shaq. Now I'm mad at a rerun. Fucking shit.
That's why I hate Tim. I will forever hate Tim Thomas. Yeah, facts, man. I honestly thought that we were destined that season. I did. Kobe was playing like a basketball god. You know what I'm saying? It was like that was to me was prime Kobe at his best, and we're talking offensively. Now, obviously, you know what I'm saying, the trusting the teammates and all that, he got better when we got Gasol and all of that. But if we're talking about offensive fire weapon, I never seen nothing better than Kobe.
He was a nightmare.
The stretch he did it for, man. I think people forget. Like I was having this debate with people the other day, not to go like crazy on topic, but I love it. When people were saying like, how in your estimation, how many and Dan, we got to get this. Our man hit us on another super chat. I
get him. I got him.
But the other one is the second was what was I gonna say? How many years was Kobe the best player in the NBA? And this is an important conversation to have because I just want to say this real quick because there is a lot of people out there believe that it's like for 1 year.
No. Like, those people were born yesterday and dropped on their head upon birth.
So let me I got check out. So let me ask you a question. For those who say that Shaq carried Kobe to all those championships, right? Like by 2002, when Shaq was still on the Lakers and he was still the Finals MVP, by 2002, Shaq was already starting to not be that Shaq of 2000. Yep. 2001, they were like 1A. 2000, it was outside of that game in Indiana, but Shaq was all galaxy that year. He was just the most dominant I've ever seen in my life was Shaq in 2000. But what Kobe did Kobe got so damn busy in that Sacramento series in 2001. And if you look at their numbers, they were pretty much identical for the whole playoffs. And on pretty much the best playoff record, it could have been the undefeated like ever. And Kobe was right there with them. So I think people are forgetting the fact that like Kobe was already starting to become the best player in the league by 2001. You know what I mean? 2001 to 2002. And then he clears it all the way through 2010 to me. You know what I mean? So
they need
I
to
go
give
even further than that.
What I'm saying, but I mean through 2010, like into the next decade is what I'm saying. Not that it ended in 2010.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
I think people want to give Kobe like 2006 to like 2008. No. And I'm like, people are gonna act like, do people not know what this motherfucker did when he was going to Colorado?
They wasn't watching, bro. They just saw highlights.
He was doing, flying back and playing in games the same day he was in court. Like
he hit game winners.
Bro, when Shaq got traded, Kobe went ballistic. That I started yelling at my TV. I said, "Shaq was holding you back." I remember celebrating. I remember saying, "Fuck Shaq." Yeah, I didn't mean it, but at the time, I was butthurt that he got traded, and I was just so happy because I felt like his untapped potential was coming to realization. And I was like, this is like when you play the video games and you put the stats all the way up. That's what he was doing in real life. And I ain't never seen nobody else do that shit for as long as he did. No,
he's not. And people's biggest argument from like 2003 on, I don't personally believe that Tim Duncan was ever the best player in the NBA at any given year that he played. All right. I believe that. I also believe the same about Kevin Durant. I don't think these guys were ever the best player in the league at any given time. Great first ballot Hall of Fame killers, monsters, beasts. Don't get it twisted. But the second that it went from Shaq, it was Kobe until and I believe, and I think it's like a good at minimum 8 to 10 years.
I agree.
Like his stretch.
Oh yeah.
People to say between 1 and 3 years, I think is fucking nuts.
Yeah, I think he needs a little more respect on that food poisoning game against Sacramento. Because I don't think he gets enough, celebration on that. That was he had to gut it out. It was a tough game. You got to remember how Sacramento had the home court advantage. That was some real home court advantage. Even Phil Jackson was like, "I'm sick of these cowbells."
I'll tell you the best sneaky diss of all time. He called them semi-civilized rednecks. That was the best sneak diss I've ever heard, in my life. And he would say it with a straight face.
And don't forget, Doug Christie was a good defender. He wasn't no mediocre dude that was just on the court. He was balling that year.
I honestly think if the Lakers weren't in the Kings' way, and this is why they should hate us always, if we weren't in their way, that team was amazing, dog. They would have probably went all the way. They would have had 1 or 2 chips if we wasn't in their way.
Portland too.
Yeah,
but 2000 that Trailblazer team.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the NBA. When you win a championship, you earn that motherfucker.
And then you destroy a potential other dynasty. Like you can't tell me that if that Sacramento Kings team or that Portland Trailblazer team gets a win, confidence, the owners are spending money, like they could have gone on their run too. You know what I mean? They were that good. Sacramento Kings were probably the best. I can't think of a better team of that era that didn't win.
People forget that they were
many eras.
They were one of the first running gun teams before the Phoenix Suns, and not only that, but they actually played defense. You know what I mean? That's the difference. So, man,
you're very good at defense.
You can't forget that. Also, Peja had the opportunity to hit that 3, and he airballed.
Remember that? Was that corner 3?
And then Doug Christie hit the side of the backboard.
Yep. So don't forget that too, because they did have their opportunity. It was there. They didn't take it. Of course, we did, and we had to do what we had to do. And
those were great years, man.
They were one of the few teams that can match us shot for shot, quarter for quarter. That was tense.
I remember going out on the street, leaving the Subway after we won the championship because we used to watch the games at Subway. And I remember leaving and just seeing everybody come out with their Laker flags and just be like mobbing the cars on our way home, bro. I felt like I was at the parade. It's beautiful, man.
Yeah, there was nothing like that, man. Just California love bumping everywhere. I forget, Dan, what you said, Dan. This is not the last around the league before the summer because we're gonna have to talk about games and stretches like this. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. This is the last around the league for now. But if we just pop up with like we say, we got to make a video, then we're gonna pop up again. Don't worry about it. But for now, as far as plan go. Yeah, for now till the next season starts. But if we got this has been a great episode. I missed 5 questions, and I'm been having a we just got off topic because we just having a good time talking.
We will be in the inbox. We can be in the inbox. This is gonna trail into something. Trust.
Dan, if I could say something real quick, I think I didn't bring it up earlier, but I think the 2020 team was missing the parade. I think if we actually had a
yeah.
physical parade with the guys holding the trophies like we saw Shaq and Kobe did, if we saw LeBron on top of a fire truck driving down Figueroa, I think a lot of Laker fans and Laker casual fans and NBA fans would see us different.
Yeah.
But because we didn't have that
That's a good point.
opportunity, we didn't all get to meet, right? Because I went to about, I want to say 3 championships parades, and it was always a great thing. It was always, fans. It was always
it's a big family.
It was always hot.
I got shot with a rubber
loved it.
bullet. That's another story from those.
You got shot with a rubber bullet?
I got shot with a rubber bullet at a parade. Yeah,
that's crazy.
It wasn't for me. These dudes had no aim, but yeah, I got shot with a bullet.
But yeah, I think.
But you're right. You're absolutely right about that. We got robbed of seeing J.R. Smith shirtless drunk. Like we got robbed of seeing him out there acting a fool. But like, no, but you're right. The validation of that
because there's no pictures of AD in front of the thousands and millions of fans just holding that trophy.
So what you're saying is that's why you feel like some of the casuals don't accept them as Lakers.
There you go.
That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, that's a great point. I didn't even think of it like that. You're right, because I'm not a casual, so I can't think like that.
I didn't think about that either. I feel we got robbed on having the parade, and I wish we had it. Right. But it doesn't lessen it to me. But I guess I didn't see the other side of that coin of the people who like. They have to see that for it to be real, and not see them winning on the court and get the trophy.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Plus the home court and all of that.
You know what's crazy is that I feel like they missed a golden opportunity to have the first threesome parade between the Rams, Dodgers, and Lakers for that 20. Man, that would have been insane. Can you imagine how many people would have came out of all the 3 fan bases? We all get along. Ain't no Ram fans hating on Laker fans. Ain't no Laker fans hating on Dodger fans. That's like the holy trinity. And
you would have like Angels, Charger, and Clipper fans all from the
now we shooting each other. That but you're right. Like, so they missed a golden opportunity. That would have been the biggest parade of all time, fam.
Yeah, because really quick again, if you just Google 2020 championships, there's no fans. There's no pictures of us out there. There's a couple pictures of us out there in the Staples Center.
Yeah.
But there's not that iconic picture where Kobe's holding the trophy, kissing it. There's no iconic picture of LeBron and AD hugging each other at the mic. There's still iconic pictures of Chick Hearns presenting.
You're absolutely right. That's a great point. And to add to that, the most iconic picture we got out of 2020 was the one with Rondo's son holding the bottle.
Yeah,
and,
right. That was a dope one. Oh, let me ask you a question. If let's say we win it this year. God willing, we do. Let's say we win it this year. Do you think it would be dope or a good idea to bring some of those guys from 2020 who didn't get to go?
Oh, that would be awesome.
I'm okay with that.
Even if they're on other teams, I don't care. Let them come.
I don't care either.
And we bring that trophy too. Now we're
yeah. That's what I'm saying. That would be dope. That would be dope.
That's a great idea.
Imagine LeBron holding up those 2 trophies in front of all those fans. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see.
The only problem is if we had Vogel and Darvin Ham there, they wouldn't know who to put on what bus at what time. So it would be the rotation would be a struggle. We wouldn't know. Like they'd end up with wrong. It'd be bad. But other than that, like
I'll invite Jason Kidd before I invite.
There we go. Someone's getting slapped. There we go.
But let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Why don't they speed up the ring process so that we can do the rings during the championship parade with the team that is there instead of waiting till next season when guys on different teams have to get there and that unit is no longer together?
Yeah, the processing time to get that. They have to be designed. You're not spending all this money.
Exactly.
You've won it. You've got to get the design, then you got to get the prototype, you got to get the samples, you got to get all this done, and then it's marketing. It's a home opener, ring ceremony, all the money that comes from that too. So it's just not feasible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, if they start giving out like NFT rings at some point or some shit like that, then you're in the game. You know what I mean? But when it comes down to physical jewelry, like
let me ask y'all this, man. Let me ask y'all this: if we win the midseason tournament, are y'all going to the parade?
You know what? I will say this. If we do win the midseason tournament, I'll do whatever I can just rep because that is the Clippers champion. Chad is the Clippers champion.
That's what I was about to go.
So if we take their dreams, oh my God, then we might have to do something a little.
I'm crazy enough to go to the parade.
It won't mean nothing to me. It won't mean nothing to me other than the fact that it would be pretty dope to win the first one.
Yeah,
like the
that's
first
true.
ever one.
That is
Yeah.
true.
because
But
I was
then,
thinking
you
that
know
the
we're
other day,
competitive
yeah.
though. Anything where we're competing, we're gonna be all invested into it.
Hey, Jeff, you took what I was about to say, bro. Because I'm there regardless, but I'm not a pessimistic person by any
fuck no, I
means.
got a
But
full pot of that
the
petty
Clippers
spaghetti
not
ready to
winning
go,
that.
bro. Like,
The Clippers not winning that championship.
Oh yeah, the
I'll be
Clippers,
so
they're
surprised.
cursed, bro. They're cursed. I think they win the championship, they might be done for the rest of the season.
bro, if they
Man,
win
I
that,
know.
if they don't win that mid-season tournament, there may be
Yeah.
like a mass suicide and like 6 people might die. So it's like the whole family is like,
My goodness, come on.
I think Steve Ballmer already paid for it and it's in the bag.
Oh yeah,
You think so? Maybe he's capable. I mean, he's out here.
I don't know.
clapping
He's
like a
been trying to
Delaware
pay
bird.
for any type of championship anywhere. It just never works. That check just must not be clearing, bro. He's not paying the right people
Listen,
because it's not working.
that check is bouncing, man. And too much cocaine in the
Well,
system.
Jeff, didn't they get caught? Jeff, didn't they get caught a couple of years ago about some tampering? It was some small stuff, but I do know they got caught.
Yeah, we'll talk off air about a couple. They've been caught a few times on a few different things. But I got you guys on a few different things. There's a few different things
they're really an embarrassing franchise. Do you guys remember a more embarrassing franchise in sports history? Like I can't think of one that has embarrassed their team more.
First of all, be your own franchise. Stop trying to copy us. Stop.
Real.
Anytime we want a player, here they come.
Well, you know, like the Clippers like the Angels, like the Padres. If you think about baseball, right? The Padres and the Angels are more worried about just beating the Dodgers that they can't really win because they're these other teams aren't worried about them. They're worried about the whole league. Like imaginary beef, right? You got this imaginary rivalry with a team that doesn't even consider you a rival. So the Clippers are just more worried about beating the Lakers and becoming the Lakers that they're not worried about the rest of the league. And what happens is so what happens? So like I said, the Chargers, I'm sorry, not the Chargers, the Angels and the Padres have that same issue, right? Mm-hmm. But you make bad business moves because of it, because you're trying to win the press conference as opposed to win the season, right? So you make all these moves bounce around, and when they don't work, now you're handcuffed because you just got the guy to keep him from us. And who knows if we even really wanted him? We may have just been toying with you, so you go get him. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, when you show your hand like that and you show your desperation to want to take away everything we want, all we got to do is pump fake you, make you think we want someone, then you go get him and tie up a slot for a guy we probably really didn't want to begin with.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, those man. You know, Clippers remind me of the ugly girl at the beauty pageant. And they're trying to win their first contest while the Lakers own the shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just listen, man. I can't wait till I know they're gonna try out Inglewood or whatever. But are they gonna succeed there, or will it be in the next 10 years? Will they be looking up a new place? And I was gonna ask you guys this question, but before I do, LOE says, so is winning one more deserving of a statue? I think he's talking about LeBron James. If he wins a second championship, I think so. Why not? I'm not opposed to giving legendary, iconic players statues.
Thank you.
It just adds to your prestige. I don't understand what people are against. What does it take from you?
I wouldn't have a problem. Like I said, I would even at this point put Wilt out there. You know, when you got all these like iconic like legends of franchises, right? Like the more legend, like all these motherfuckers played here. Like won.
And you could be, could be next if you play.
I mean, because that's what I'm saying. You walk out there. Imagine, so like Pat Riley put his rings in front of LeBron. Imagine you walk someone in front of Staples Center and you just show them those statues. Who else has that? Teams can have rings.
Nobody.
Teams can have rings. You get what I'm saying? But no one's gonna have the statues or the statues, the banners, and the collection of talent in the rafters that we have. We just won't have it. We just won't have it because Boston can't do that. At the end of the day, because most of those dudes that won were back there in freaking in the 60s when there were 6 teams. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not discrediting anybody's legacy, but at the end of the day, if they're going to sit back and talk about like our Minnesota championships, right? Then you can't have it both ways, because if we let's scrap Minnesota and let's scrap the 60s, let's take it from 86 on, and what's up? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like all you got to just imagine the recruiting of just walking someone out in the front of Staples Center and just all those statues.
Little hallway, walking all the giants above you. Come on, bro.
Diamonds are forever, and so are statues. All right, I'm trying to say, like, statues are the diamonds of sports. You get a statue in an arena.
Can you imagine how awesome that would be, man? If like you said, man, Wilt, LeBron, DTLF. We got all these amazing statues out there in front of Staples, man. And it's one of those. Could you just imagine? You go out there, it's like somewhat of a historic museum type thing.
Yeah,
but then
right.
Oh my God! I just queefed, man. I just
like the Greek Coliseum, just walking down there, bro.
That would be fire. I don't understand. A lot of people's gripes is weird, right? It's like a pimp being upset because he got too many pretty hoes. Like you can't get enough. You can't have enough of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, it's like, come on, man. You can never have enough of too much good stuff, right? More statues, the better.
Our championship banners for Minnesota had to be combined into one big championship banner because there's so many, championships in that era. So, that era itself is combined to one banner, and then we have our other 17 right now.
Yep. And let's be honest, man. The Lakers are the city of champs, and LA. They went from the land of 1,000 lakes to the land of 1,000 championships.
Well, the rule is if you move and keep your name the same, like you keep your traditions, because you don't move. The Giants, the Dodgers, all these teams that move, like the Rams back and forth, like you don't get rid of your legacy just because you made a business decision to change locations, right? It's like you don't lose your degree because you move to a different state. The fuck out of here. These people are crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. And the Lakers just sound so sexy, man. The Lakers, come on, son.
Okay.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Quick. For the LeBron statue, I was trying to bring up the idea of having one number on the front, maybe 23, and on the back, the number 6, just because so much happened while he was here. And I'm hoping that he wins a championship again with 23. But that's all I was going to say, man.
Well, that wouldn't be bad. However, I believe the reason he's even switching the jerseys because he's trying to pay homage to, Bill Russell. So for those reasons, I think they'll stay away from that. But who knows? I could be wrong. You could be right. We'll see. I mean, it would be a cool statue regardless, right? Kane Carter. Kane Carter says, would you rather be on a team that four-peats but only make $0 and live with your mom, or be on a team that goes 0-82 but you get that Jaylen Brown salary? Oh, so it's basically win tons of championships but no money?
And win never and be paid.
I'm going championships. I'm making a shit ton of money off the sponsorships, fam. Like sometimes I could build my brand more off of being a champion than, the money you get is going to dry up from being a loser. And you won't really get to. I mean, 0-82 ain't nobody sponsoring your ass. Ain't nobody gonna promote you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be the next. What is that Washington D.C. team? The Washington Generals. What are they called? You're gonna be the next.
Yeah, that's a tough. I mean, first of all, I couldn't, because if I was out there when I lived with my mom, she'd kill me anyway. So at the end of the day, but that's a tough decision, man. 300-something million left on the table. That's generational wealth. I would like to see. It's kind of open ended. I guess it's just very simple, but I guess you're only not making money during those 4 years or ever. You got to make money at some point. You can't win and not have any money at any time. So I'm going to say, look, if the thing is that I'm just not winning during that four-peat, the sacrifice, and I get paid after, I take that. But if I'm never going to make any money and I got 4, but my family's not making the money they should, and I can't take care of them, I'm going the Jaylen Brown route, man, because I would just have to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I love winning more than anything. But it's also a way to provide for your family. You know what I mean? And that 300 plus mil, is your family wants for nothing at that point, right? Except for maybe rehab, because they're gonna get themselves in trouble. But come on, man. But it's like the rich rehab. You know what I mean? It's the the upper scale
it's the jaw rehab.
Yeah. Well, yeah, my family would murder me if I turned down $300-something million.
Yeah, for real. I might. It hurts to say that I might have to take the Jaylen Brown route, man. And if I didn't have the kids, I might have a different answer. But yeah, that's damn near half a bill. That's damn neir half.
That's fair. That's fair.
Even my puppy would be mad at me, bro. There'd be no coming back.
No coming back. What's up, Christian? I see the Mamba shirt. Talk to me, man.
No, yeah, I would take those championships and get as many sponsorships as I could. But my family, I think I want to say I know my family, and I think they would be okay with that route because what comes with it. Yeah. So what I'm hoping is I'm not taking the question as 100%. Where I'm hoping, there's side stuff that I could do.
Yeah, if there is, that's a different.
Right.
Like no money.
Right. If there's absolutely no money and I got to take the bus home, then okay, we got to leave.
If I'm holding that championship, my mom's like, how much money we get? Mom, there's no money.
If I'm winning 4 championships and I'm four-peating, you got to think we're the first team in history to do that. There's never been a Fort Pete team. There's got to be money somewhere, man. There's got to be money, especially in this era, in this generation. Plus, you're forever beloved by your city. I mean, you're never gonna be broke after that. But
you would never have to pay for a dinner.
That's what I'm saying. First team to Fort Pete, that would be dope, man. And you're a big part of that. But again, I respect either decision because, like the guy said, man,
this is tough, man.
You got family.
And what player are you? Are you the LeBron or are you like the Adam Morrison?
Hey, that's another one. That's
you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day.
Oh, that's true.
Because this is very like if like I don't know like this is kind of but I'm okay. Let's assume that you are like LeBron, Kobe, Shaq. So I'm just paying. Let's say you're the best of the best, and you've got all these endorsements, all these everything. You can afford to. It sounds so strange, but you can afford to punt on 300 million because you've got other ways to.
That doesn't crazy.
But if you're like Adam,
when you say it like that, it sounds crazy. Bro.
Yeah. Sometimes saying 300 mil, bro. Like, bro, you could buy a country.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I agree. Adam Morrison, great. Yeah, that's a great one right there. He contributed as much as a lot of us here did to the Lakers, but. Yeah,
that's messed up. Yo.
Even less because he smoked all the weed. So
hey, he was a great at Gonzaga though. I love his highlights. I love him as a player, but even Phil Jackson couldn't get him, to take that next step. Just take that next step. Hit those threes when we need them. But
the NBA is different, man. Sometimes you could be a superstar in college and then Jimmer Fredette at the next level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and he got hurt against us. The bar across the moor when he tore his knee, and he just wasn't. He wasn't playing great before that, and it was just never after that.
All right, I got one more basketball question for y'all, and then we do rapid fire questions. All right, so here goes. The Hawks are ready to play in Orlando. The Hawks are ready to play the Orlando Magic in Mexico City next regular season around November, I believe they announced. What city do you guys think deserves an NBA franchise when the expansion hits in a couple of years? It's going to happen.
Seattle.
Sure.
Seattle. I would love Vegas.
Yeah.
Seattle. The league has to have.
So that's where you want to see it the most, right? Seattle.
The most Seattle.
Yeah.
Seattle.
Okay.
They and I hate it.
I can't argue that.
I hated those motherfuckers, but it doesn't feel right to not have them.
Yeah. Okay. What about you guys, man? What do you guys want to see? I see some Vegas.
Hands down, I double that.
Seattle?
Yes, sir.
Seattle.
I double that.
Yeah, for me it's Seattle, and then I would say Vegas, and then Mexico City. But I'll never forget the Rain Man and the glove. How much and then you could throw in Ray Allen when he got up there, and how Kobe would dominate him up there. But I'll never. Yeah,
I know. I agree with you guys. Seattle definitely deserves it the most. I should have asked this question different. I should have said, "Who do you guys want to see have a team the most?"
But just the way Seattle lost their team was bullshit. I don't know if anyone knows that
that's
backstory.
True.
Wow.
Their team got robbed, bro.
Yeah.
Their team got robbed. That wasn't
that almost happened to Sacramento too, didn't it? That almost happened to Sacramento.
It almost happened to believe it or not, it almost happened to New Orleans before it happened to Seattle. So they were about to steal them. But then the Pelicans, the owners of the Benson family was like, they almost did it, but they had just moved there 3 years prior. So they were just like, but the way that Seattle lost their team, I'd rather them get theirs back before a new city gets theirs.
Absolutely. Okay, that's fair. And why couldn't it have happened to the Clippers? That would have been great. But now as far as teams, I would love to see, and this is just for personal preference, I would love to see Mexico City get one. I mean, if Toronto, Canada can have one, I think Mexico City can have one. It's a great city. The fan base has grown there. They're always selling out arenas, very passionate fans. It's a wonderful city for players to even live in or even just go vacation in. It doesn't matter. Bottom line is this. We need to grow the sport and make it global. And I think this will be the beginning because Canada has one. And now if Mexico City gets one, you can start looking for other spots to get, teams in the future. So that would be kind of excitement if we can make it kind of more like, not like soccer as far as like with the sport, but as far as a global brand. And I think that's what the NBA is aiming for. And that would get me excited because I would see more Mexican kids start coming in, more Jaime Jaquez's, start coming into the NBA. So that would be dope, just to inspire different generations and different ethnicities. It would be awesome, man. So Vegas and Seattle definitely deserve it before Mexico City does. I
hope they both get them. Yeah, to be clear, I'm not against Vegas, but it'd be a dope city for an NBA team, just for selfish reasons. San Diego, just for the simple fact, because it's closer to us, an easy road trip game for us. You know what I mean? That would be That
I mean, the
if we
NBA
get Vegas and San Diego get one, then that's basically like 2 additional home games for us, like and easy to travel to.
Look, and we're not stingy here in LA. We like to share, so we're willing to give them the Clippers over back to San Diego. Where,
For real.
you know what I'm saying? Like, just hit the rewind button. To me, they're still the San Diego Flippers. Like,
yeah, just tell us when they have the dumpsters outside. We'll have them ready for you.
Laker fans helping them pack.
Pick them up. Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it says on front of their jersey. They're still an ugly team, and I don't use that word a lot. They make
me sick. They make me sick, man.
You are ugly.
They fugly. they fugly.
Fucking ugly.
There you go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Rapid fire questions here because we already hit the 30-minute mark. Just really quick. 3-second answers. This question was asked by a young man who wishes to remain anonymous. He asked me, how do you know when you fall in love? All right. This guy's a lover boy, apparently. Very young, very wet between the years. He wants to know how you guys knew when you guys fell in love.
I'll tell you this. It's very quick, simple, and easy. You just know. Trust me, because it's something you never really felt before, and it's something you can't explain. Yeah, no, you know. You trust me, you know.
Yeah, you'll know. Your heart. My answer is your heart flutters, man. Every time she's around, you feel complete, and when she's gone, you feel like a piece of you is missing. It's just that's the way it happened for me. Like it's just your missing piece. You know what I mean? Like even right now, I miss my baby. I'm like, baby. As soon as this video ends, I'm like, baby. You know what I mean? So, but it's just that you can't live without your significant other. That's how you're gonna know. Go ahead, Christian. What you got to say?
You know it's the right one too. That's how you know it's the right one.
Comfortability, and then you just always there's no way of like really 100% describing it. Yeah. It just happens, and you know. And the weird part for me in my life, it was like everyone agreed with it, so I was like, yeah, let's do it. And that was it. And by the awesome. next thing I knew, I'm married.
Hey, when your family accepts your girl, it's something extra special because you know they see what you see. You know,
and you know what? That was the only girl I introduced to my family, so I knew right away, like this is it right here.
Yeah, it just feels different, huh? You date all these girls and they're like little chicken heads, and then all of a sudden you get the
and then if you're really lucky, and then their family accepts you, like your family accepts them, and then it's like, man,
it's been golden for me. I'm good.
Yes, yeah, that's just the way it works. That's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, Mees, tell us what happened, man. You know, in your household, how did you guys? How did the birds and the bees happen? Like,
man, I like what you guys started off with when you said you'll know. It's something that it won't go missed. It won't go unnoticed. You will absolutely know. And like you say, when that person is gone, you have that earthquake, like somebody that stole your Jordans or something. You'll know when that person leaves and your whole thing is shambled. Like you can't maneuver anymore. You no longer know how to make sandwiches. Like you can't function. You'll absolutely know. It's something you will not miss. Trust your boy.
Absolutely, man. Listen, when love is in the air, it's just a beautiful thing, man. You're gonna feel it. And there's a part 2 to that question. Before I get to that, my boy Randall, thank you, man, for super chat. Can't believe this is the last episode. He said all love. Well, it's not the last official episode. Like we will be back, and we might even do some pop-ups during the summer, right? But it's just like we can't do it every week. It's not enough content to clickbait y'all to. And you know, but I don't want to do that. You know, I'm not a clickbait content creator. So when there's stuff to talk about, let's just say like 2 weeks from now. Stuff happened. Lakers added Christian Wood. Shit happened. We need to talk about. We're gonna pop up again, guys. So don't worry. But it goes off your weekly schedule for now till the regular season starts up again. So yeah, man, I appreciate all the support. You guys have been tremendous. I mean, the panel has been just phenomenal. They are loved. They are known by name, almost by location, man. You guys are a couple of stalkers out here, you know, searching IP addresses and shit. But yeah, like bottom line is. It's been a blast, man. It's been a fun ride, and this show's going to be taken to the next level. I've been already thinking and scheming and strategizing of ways to make it even better next season. So stay tuned, fam. It's going to be awesome. I appreciate you, Randolph. Thanks so much for Super Chat, brother. Second part of that question, because my boy, he must be a lover boy asking these kind of questions, right? Second question is, how do you know if the person you're dating is the one? And I think my guy already kind of mentioned it a little bit. Just elaborate on that. How do you guys know she's the one? Like, you know, when the bony won't go down, that's, you know what I'm saying? It's like every time I'm around her, I get a hug. It's like, I better hide behind the grocery. You know,
got a baguette forever over there. But
yeah. So basically, and all jokes aside, man, when that person makes you feel special, make them feel special, bro. it's a feeling that you won't be able to compare. Like if you dated multiple women and you were like, and there's question marks and you were iffy, and then that wasn't the one, right? But if you when you finally find her, bro, you can feel like nothing can replace that. Personally, that's just that's just the way it goes for me.
For real. And especially when you're dating, it's a lot of it has to do a lot of stuff you didn't know when you were younger in your teens that you know now is how she fits you, how she compliments you. Like, do you feel like she's just like you look and you're like, dang, I'm with my best friend. She can watch the game with you. She's with your movies, or do you feel like you're going out of your comfort zone and out of the things you like to cater to her? That's kind of like how you notice, like, because you're starting to lose yourself to cater to this person that's not for you. But if she's in the pocket with you, you know, yelling at Darvin Ham for doing dumb stuff and 3-guard lineups with you, you gonna look like, you know what?
Yeah,
you can take it. You know, you know.
Yep. And to add to what you just said, the right person won't change who you are in a bad way. They'll enhance who you are in a good way. You know what I'm saying? The bad habits will magically disappear because you want to become a better person for said person. But they won't take away what you love. Like I love watching basketball. I love screaming at my TV. My girl, you know, she loves watching me scream at my TV.
That's
you know
right.
Dan, you hit it. That was great, man. Yeah, your significant other will always push you to do better and to be better in life and just go further than maybe what you think in your head can do, because they might see a different part of you. They might see you in a different way that you see yourself, if that makes sense. They might see that you can elevate yourself to another level that you might not think in your head you can get there. But with the other person in your life telling you, hey, you can do this, I believe in you, that means a lot, dude. Just going to sleep, just thinking that the person next to you in bed believes in you and knows that you can go to this other level. Trust me, in your subconscious, you'll feel that and you'll know that, and it'll help the relationship just go to that next level.
Yep. And you know, go ahead, Jeff. I know you've been. I know you're a lover boy for sure. I mean,
yeah. But I got a good one. So like for me, it's like I think the best part of it is I think when you sit back and say, obviously, like I said, you just know, and all those things, you know, the finishing the sentences, the knowing the best of you. But I think the good part about it is like when the best parts of them counter the worst parts of you, and it's a true like partnership, and they can kind of balance you out. Because at the end of the day, like you could be with someone and they could be finishing your sentences. Things can make sense and it still not work out because you grow even more over time, right? So if it continues to just continue to get better and better and better and better, there's no perfect relationships. There are ups and downs, but as you continue, that bond just continues to get stronger. And the love continues to grow, and that's how you know, really, because you could be with someone. We've all been through that stage. It was this is the best I've ever. I love this person. 6 weeks later, like go away, right? And it's like, but you never like go away. You know what I mean? You're never like it's more. Come here, look at this. Come here. You want to share everything with them. You don't want to exclude them, and then that's when you really know. Then when you start making your normal plans that you felt you had to do on a normal, and you just want to chill with them. That's how you kind of know, like from that point on. So it's like when you're content with doing nothing and having the best time of your life doing nothing. That's when you like absolutely know. Then you don't want to be anywhere else. You just don't want to be anywhere else.
Yep. And then you start getting to after what Jeff said. You know, come here, look at this. You start looking at creative ways to like make love. You know what I'm saying? So she'll be over there cooking for me in the kitchen. I'll be like, come here, look at this, babe. And when she comes, I'm already naked in the chair, bro. You know what I mean? like you know, so you get super creative, man, and it just find ways to spice shit up. That's when you know, fam. That's when you really know that you a freak. I got twisted on yo. I got
like, has this always been here? Did you see this also?
Well, I didn't know we could answer that way, but yeah.
It's around the league, baby.
Hey, listen, man, that's what I'm talking about. Because I knew, you know, being sexually compatible, I was like, man, let's go. Because you know, that you know, I guess as a guy, it's pretty important. You want to say that it's not, but I think for a lot of dudes it is. And when it's
to them too, trust.
They might not. Trust. They might not tell you. Yeah, but
you better hold it, Christian. You better hold it.
Hey, listen, I'm a pro at it. I'm good.
That's right.
So I'm still married. So
absolutely. No, but I didn't mean it specifically on me. Everybody, that's what the voice you hear. Hold it.
No, I love it. Like we're watching after the Laker lose or something. Dan is throwing a tantrum when he's mad. Like, babe, come look at this. Look, he's even madder today. Look at the big man. It's a little different.
Oh man, yeah, man. It's a wonderful thing, bro. It's a wonderful thing. It's one of those things that is just you'll know, bro, when it
That's
happens.
the best way to say it. You just know because it's some shit you never felt before.
Yeah, man. And I'll be honest, like even my mom knew, and I'm like, how do you know? And she's like, yeah. Because the first time I brought my wife, she was my girlfriend at the time, but I brought her over just to say hi to my mom. My mom was cooking and this and that, and my mom was like, "What do you need? What do you like?" And cooked her a full meal and forgot about me. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, man, it's a wonderful thing when your family loves you girl as much as you do, and it's just this one big, and when your girl embraces your family too, because there's people in relationships that are not family people, and I'm a family guy. I can't do that. You have to, like when I was single, you had to be a family person. That's what I was looking for. That's one of the primary things. I'm always around my family, fam. Like it's nothing like it. Being around your family is nothing like it. You have
and
fun.
And their family. Being around my girl's family is dope too because they're my family. And also another one too, when some of your most sucker ass friends, your annoying ass friends, they even annoy you, but they're your day ones. You've known them since school, and then they're in your life forever. No matter, and they could be fuck ups, they could be whatever, and they still support them too. And they embrace him like, look, that's his boy. Like, what do you want? That's his brother. Like so that's always a sign to tell too. When they trying to rush everyone out of your life, no matter how good it is with them, pay attention to that.
Absolutely. Yep. Oh my God, these are golden nugget advice. This could be an episode on its own, fam. This is the love connection. Name it something like that. I don't know, because this is stuff that some people, believe it or not, they need to hear it because they're inexperienced. You know what I'm saying? And we're speaking from experience. Some of the people on the panel are married. Some of us have been with our girl for years. It's a lot of experience that you could take from, and that's honestly the best way to learn. Besides, obviously, getting your own experience.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
To me, the quickest advice, just to give everyone, even chat, is just always keep it fresh, man. Always keep it new and fresh. That's all.
Subway, eat fresh. Absolutely. Yes, sir. My guy is going in. All right. I agree, man. Listen, this golden nuggets everywhere, man. You don't confuse us for the Denver Nuggets after all the nuggets we just dropped here. All right. With Laker fans. All right. Final question, man. And I know we said rapid fire, but final one. What is your go-to board game for a party, a family get together, or just game nights? What is like your go-to, man? We're gonna need it this summer, fam. We're gonna need it. Dominoes, the classics. You can go with Monopoly. You can go with anything.
I'm not really a board game guy. I'm not really like I'm not the guy that like, come on, it's a board game. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I don't really like it. But I don't know if this counts, but I'm a Uno guy.
Oh, it counts.
Okay, because I'm telling you right now, okay, no one fuck with me in Uno. I'm taking all challenges, all money acceptance. Let's do it. Okay,
come on, man.
Calm down,
Jay. Ain't said no but a thing, man.
That's it.
But you gotta play by the original rules. I hate these people that make up their fucking Uno rules. Stick to the fucking rules, okay? Stick to the fucking rules. You don't get to get like, no, that's not my card next. No, you got to keep drawing, motherfucker. Anyways, but yeah, Uno is my shit. Monopoly's cool, I guess, and all that, but it's really hard for me to focus on a board game. Like, there's too much going on. You know what I mean? Especially if you're drinking. But Uno, I'm fucking Rain Man with that shit. Let's go.
Hey, Uno's great. We're gonna have to take
Dan,
up on that challenge.
Hey Dan, that's gonna be the next. That's gonna be the next around the league with detail left. Yeah, Uno right here.
Uno. If we can set something like that up, that'd be great, man.
That'd be dope.
Uno's my shit, man. Like, seriously.
Uno, man. Hey, challenge accepted. I heard you were the best of the best. I want a piece. What you guys got, man? I know you guys. What you got on my 40?
Hey, man, we Uno down around here. I got the 4 kids in the house, but we get a little ugly on that Monopoly, man. It gets a little volatile, man. When you got the departments, the hotels and houses. Yeah, me and my kid, it gets nasty on that Monopoly, bro. It's about 2-3 in the morning.
Monopoly,
so that's Monopoly all day.
Yeah, Monopoly's great. Listen, man, I've been to parties where I played Monopoly for 6 hours, bro. I end up missing work the next day. That game, listen, that game could go on forever, fam.
It always ends in some type of argument or something. Yeah. It gets ugly, man.
What you got, Chris? What you got for us, man?
So I have a different take on this. So I fucking hate board games.
Yeah, I don't like
And
that.
I'll go to my grave not playing one, and I'll
Yeah.
be the dude at the party not playing it, and I'll kick it over and throw it in the garbage.
He said, F
Wait,
y'all
wait.
games.
May I ask?
I don't give
May I ask? Is there's a particular reason why? I'm curious now.
Yes, because when I was younger, I used to receive board games as Christmas gifts, and I hated them. So there was a couple years where I received the same board game 3 years in a row, and I was like, "What the fuck am I?"
Oh, you had to do the fake smile, like,
yeah.
Yo, but
So-
that's the reason. See, there's always an origin story. I love it.
So my wife tries to get me to play what's the adult card game where you answer questions real quick.
Dictionary.
No. You answer like adult questions, like it's for adults.
I don't know what it's called.
Oh, the Cards Against Humanity.
Yes.
Okay.
She tries to get. I'll be like, get.
Someone gave that to me. I still got it in the box wrapped up. So, Dan, you want to raffle that off in the chat? Yeah. They can fucking have it.
That's what I'm saying. I'll grab that box and throw it away. Yeah, don't get. I can't. Don't. Just don't, man.
Yeah,
Keep
he hates board
me
games.
out
of it, man. I'll play some Uno with you. I'll play Uno with you.
Oh yeah, Uno's my shit. Like that's really the only thing I play.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I can't. Dan. Don't invite me to no board game. Man.
Listen, man.
You put both ends, Dan.
Listen. I'm a big fan. I'm personally a big fan of board games. Almost all the parties I go to, they either playing dominoes or they're playing 21 or poker or something, right? Or even when we go camping, that shit is fun as hell when you go camping. There's really nothing out there to do but s'mores and play card games and when it's nighttime. So different takes, but I respect it, man. It's not for everybody. Now I'll say this: my favorite board game, man, it's tough because I got so many of them. I like Mancala. I don't know if y'all ever played that. It's not an American game. It's pretty damn cool.
I've seen it, but I haven't played it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's probably my favorite one. Followed by Uno. Uno's great as well. I like Uno, man. And sorry, any game where you can fuck somebody up is my favorite. You know what I'm saying? When you can come back, you got to say sorry to knock somebody up. But that wraps it up for us, man. That's truly been a blast, man. This was a fun episode. 1 hour and 45 minutes went by like this, but it went by, fam. So again, for now, this is the last episode this summer. We will, if something pops up, you will know where to find us for another Around the League. I got you guys covered, though, all summer long, again, with basketball stuff and all that good stuff. So make sure you keep it locked here. Hit that like button, subscribe. I'm going to let the guys sound off and give their final thoughts for this summer and moving forward. So let's start with the top, from the top to the bottom. Let's start with Mies.
Man, first of all, salute to you, Dan. Love you, bro.
Love you too, man.
Salute. Man, you opened up the platform for the bros, man, to then help us launch our platforms, man, because you just put the fist to the back, put the battery in my backpack to get going, man. So
listen, man,
it
was a pleasure, bro, chopping it up with you guys. Believe that. I really wanted people to converse basketball outside of my regular friends and just, in front of the world. It's been a blast, and we're gonna go even harder next year. So I look forward to it, man. But thank you, bro.
So we just getting started, man. Salute to you, Christian. Salute to your empire, man. It's your world empire, you know.
We just living it. We just living it.
So hit your boy up, Mies the GM. I'm laying low on Twitter right now. A little Twitter break until the season get the energy get back going. But hit me up on Rock with Mies, man. My other channel, man. Content coming, man. But we just getting started, man. And we gonna bring that championship next season. So it's going down.
Yes, sir. And please go subscribe to my guy, man. Rock with Mies. This guy is dope. Me and my girl were actually watching your video the other day. Was laughing, so I rock with Mies, and I like the intro. When he goes, "You could have been anywhere, but you chose to rock with Mies." Yeah, that shit is already iconic, bro. My guy sound like a TV host. And shit. So dope. But yeah, definitely y'all gotta rock with Mies. Follow my boy, man. All his stuff is gonna be. Salute to LOE. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for all the love, man. You dope as hell. All right, let's go with my guy Christian.
I never have much, but I just want to give thanks to you and Mies and Jeff just for always accepting me and just letting me come on here and give my little fan takes. I don't have too much experience doing this, but I definitely feel the respect from you guys. So I just appreciate you guys like 100%. Like, thank you. And Dan, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. So again, I thank you 100 times just because,
Bro, you've been phenomenal. We couldn't tell you to have experience, man. You're good vibes, good person, just all the way around. Awesome guys. So it's been a pleasure having you, and you're gonna be back plenty of times more. So thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank you. And then again, just real quick, just thank you for blessing me to help you with the artwork. Just
you're blessing me, brother. You blessing me.
Man.
Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. This guy's awesome, man. If y'all haven't checked him out, man, his artwork is everything I be posting as far as graphics and stuff like that. He has helped me tremendously. So the fact that he thanks me for helping me is just shows you what kind of a great heart he has, man. This guy's awesome. Love you, bro. Much love, man. And Empire Jeff, man. Again, before he says anything, it's his empire. We all just living in it, man. So
it's craziness. It's craziness. But the Dan's full of shit. But anyways, it's always a blessing. It is always an honor, always a privilege. Always got to get that. Always got to say that. Dan, for opening the been you guys, I feel that I've been working with you guys on the regular has made me better. So I definitely appreciate the growth and the opportunity you guys have given me. So the chat, the best in the business. Shout out to all the super chats for everyone with the questions. Dan works extremely hard. So every time you guys do that, it's important. He deserves all of it and more. And just it's just been a fun. I remember the excitement from the first time I came on, and literally that has not wavered. I get excited every time I do the show. And every time you hit me up or I hit you up or we try to line it up, it's still exciting. So sometimes you said when we talk about our situation, how that goes with relationships and it goes with friends and that goes with business, that goes with everything. When you got good partners, you know what I mean, and when you got chemistry. So this is I feel like this is a home. Dan opens his door to us. We come in, we respect the house, and the house is is a good place to be. You know what I mean? So if any of you guys like what I bring to the table, at Empire Jeff _ on Twitter, Empire Jeff TV on YouTube. Like I said, it's kind of the dog days of summer right now, so there's not a lot going on. I'll find something to talk shit about, but outside of that, you know what I mean? But shout out to Christian for all the artwork. Shout out to Mies. I see him growing his channel too. That makes me proud. And I'm excited for next season. I'm excited to see Dan's daily videos. He ain't going nowhere. So I know some of you guys in the chat started to freak out. Don't worry, he's not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. We're just
we're not going anywhere. If anything pops up, man, these are the first guys I'm going to invite back on the channel because, again, right now there's not a lot to talk about. And we just hate the clickbait, y'all. So this is the last one.
What separates Dan from everyone else is that he's not going to go and just tease you with Lakers just signed or they might sign it. No, it's all sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but we didn't. Dan is not the guy to just go in and it's quality content, and we're just along for the ride. He's the captain of the ship. He's the pilot on the plane. We just here playing our role. And at the end of the day, he's not going to give you that bullshit ass material or those bullshit narratives, and that's what makes this channel special.
Thank you, brother. Hey, that's really kind of you to say. Hey, listen. By the way, I'm gonna have everybody's information on the description. So you guys make sure to follow these guys. They also deserve all the love. This show ain't shit without them. They really making this show. I'm just your humble host, guys. So you guys are truly have been spectacular. And I thank you guys. I love you guys, man. And next year we're going to go even harder. And I'll say this, if something happens and we got to do a pop-up episode, we'll be here. All right. It could happen next week. It happened the week after then, maybe next month. But we got you guys covered all year round. That's going to wrap it up for us, guys. Thank you so much. This has been the longest episode, but it felt like it went by so quick. Man. And that's because these guys are awesome. And the chat is awesome. I appreciate you guys as well. You guys are truly the best of the best. And remember, show support, show love to these guys, man, because the whole purpose of this is to get to know each other, follow each other, and listen to each other. Great content creators, not just myself. Mies is a great content creator. Of course, Empire Jeff, we just living in his empire. And no, I'm not full of shit when I say that. and Christian, man, he's been awesome with the graphics, man. Dude is a GOAT. So I appreciate all of you guys, man. Truly, much love. That wraps it up for us. We'll see you soon, Laker Nation. Have a great rest of your evening. All right, stay cool.
Enjoy your summer, man.
Yes.
Portland still sucks. Remember this.
And Dame's still full of shit. All right. That's his quote.
He's full of shit.
All right, fellas. Peace out, man.